Parameter Operator. Parameter Operator is a Revit plugin created in order to replace or add new parameters from a file of shared parameters in Revit Families in a batch mode without opening them. Parameter Operator has two main functions: replacer and injector. Let's assume that we have several families with the shared parameters that we need to edit. The function of the replacer is to replace already existing parameters with those from the shared parameters file. Injector serves for adding new shared parameters from the shared file to the families. For a better understanding of the parameter operator advantages and limitations, let's recap some basics about parameters in Revit Families. Let's take a look at the Parameter Properties window in Revit Family Editor. There are two parameter types. Family parameters that refer to this family only. Parameters of this type cannot be used across the projects and other families, nor appear in schedules or tags. Shared parameters, on the other hand, can be shared with other projects and families, exported to open database connectivity, and used in schedules or tags. Shared parameters are stored in shared parameter file in a text format. Each parameter has its data type, such as text, distance, material, etc. Please note that the plugin works with shared parameters only. One of the possible use cases where the plugin might be very useful is when you have families that you want to use in a new Revit project, where the client has a new file of parameters. It would be very tedious and time-consuming to open each family and replace the existing parameters with the new parameters. The Parameter Operator plugin for Revit helps edit the family parameters very easily according to the requirements of a new project. Now let's see how the Replacer plugin works in practice. First, choose the folder with the families that you want to edit. Keep in mind that the plugin identifies only those families that have the same Revit version as the one you are running the plugin from. For example, now I'm running Revit 2021, so the families need to have the same version. On the right side of the window, the list with the families existing in the folder appears. Here you can check or uncheck those families that you want to work with. Then find the location of the file with parameters. Below, there are two column headers with the drop-down lists. Choose the existing parameter that you want to be replaced under the heading From. Then select the referring new parameter from the shared file of parameters in the column 2. You may type in the part of the parameter name for an easier search. An important note is that the value and formula in parameters is saved only in case the exchanging parameters have the same data type, like text or dimensions. You can see the parameter type as a pop-up message when you drag the mouse over that parameter. If it is not important for you to save the current parameter value and formula, you may choose Do not save parameter value and formula. In this case, you can replace parameters with the parameters of different type of data, like text with URL. If you do not need the backup file, choose Delete Backup Files. Please keep in mind that backup files in the Families in Folder window, as well as currently opened families in Revit, will not be displayed. If you replaced the parameters and families and you need to see the changes in the table, hit the Refresh button. When you are done editing parameters, hit the Replace button. In case there are some errors in the course of parameter replacement, the error message will appear, and you may save the report to read more about it. The error will be also indicated as a red dot over the Information button. The important feature of the plugin is that you may save the presets of parameters exchange for future use. Now let's look at the injector function of the plugin. First, select the location of the folder with Revit Families. You can see the found families under the I button. Then locate the shared parameter file. You may use the search function to find the needed parameters from a drop-down list. In the parameters table, you can see the information about the parameter category and type, data type, grouping, value, and formula. Value and formula have a pop-up window with more information when you hover over these words. If there is an error in the formula, the parameter with this formula will not be added to the family, and the error message will appear in the information center. As in the replacer, you can delete unnecessary parameters and choose to delete the backup files. To summarize, with Parameter Operator plugin, the process of editing the Revit Families parameters becomes very smooth, fast, and easy. You can download Parameter Operator from our website ENECA.nl free of charge, following the link in the description to this video. The team of our IT developers will be happy to help you create the automation means for your specific needs. Please send your requests to info@eneca.nl.